Dawn broke over the fog-shrouded cemetery on the outskirts of Atlanta. It wasn't a soft, romantic mist, it was thick, heavy, and cold, as if the sky itself was mourning. Colonel Lena Whitman, 52, had just returned from 30 years of military service. She had survived war zones in Syria, Iraq, and Sudan. But today, she wasn't here to command or fight. She was here to bury her daughter. Sergeant Amelia Whitman, 27, had been killed in an ambush in Fallujah. An improvised roadside bomb had taken her life in an instant. Lena wore her dress uniform, medals shining like a record of her life on her chest. Her daughter had once told her, "If anything happens to me, wear your uniform to my funeral. Don't come as a broken mother, come as a strong soldier." And she did just that. A black SUV pulled up to Section D3, where recently fallen soldiers were laid to rest. Lena sat between her younger brother, Mark, and her old combat buddy, Senior Sergeant Julian Hart. Her hands trembled as she clutched a photo of Amelia smiling in her desert combat gear. Everything felt surreal, blurry, unreal. As Lena stepped out of the vehicle, she didn't realize something was wrong until she heard heavy footsteps behind her. "Ma'am, stop right there." The voice was sharp and cold. She turned to see a police officer, name tag read Nathan Royce, approaching. His hand slid lightly over the grip of his firearm. "I need to see your identification," he said. "I am Colonel Lena Whitman." "I'm here to bury my daughter," she replied calmly. "ID, now." Slowly, she reached for her jacket pocket. "Stop. Do not reach for anything," Royce shouted and drew his gun. The entire cemetery seemed to hold its breath. Someone screamed. A child cried out. Lena stood still, hands raised. "I am unarmed," she said, eyes locked on the barrel. Royce stepped forward. "Get down. Hands behind your head. I'm in uniform. I've done nothing wrong. Get down or I will shoot." From a distance, Julian lunged forward. "Stop. You're pointing a gun at a U.S. Army colonel." Royce swung his gun toward Julian. The crowd gasped. The soldiers who had been standing at attention began shifting uneasily. A female soldier pulled out her phone and started recording. As Lena slowly dropped to her knees, one thought echoed in her mind: if anyone dies here today, it won't be me, it will be innocent blood. At that moment, a squad car screeched to a halt nearby. Lieutenant Melody Kwan, the commanding officer at the scene, rushed out. "Royce! Drop your weapon. Now!" He didn't listen. Melody tackled him, wrenching his weapon upward. The gun clattered to the ground. She pinned him, handcuffing him amid growls. "You're finished." Lena remained on her knees, hands behind her head. Mark rushed to help her up. "It's okay. It's okay, Lena." But she said nothing. Her eyes stayed fixed on the coffin yet to be lowered. The funeral had turned into a nightmare. The phone video had captured everything. The clip was posted online with the headline, "Mother in uniform held at gunpoint at daughter's funeral." 1 million views in an hour. The news spread like wildfire. Atlanta police issued a cold, brief statement: "The incident is under investigation." No apology. No mention of rank. No word about the funeral. The nation erupted. Retired General Carla Moore said on national television, "If a colonel in uniform is not safe at her daughter's funeral, then who is safe in this country?" 3 weeks later, Royce was charged with abuse of authority, threatening with a weapon, and racial discrimination. At the trial, the video played before the jury. No one looked away. No one spoke. When the screen went dark, the courtroom was as silent as a grave. Lena took the stand. "I survived Fallujah, Mosul, and Benghazi. But I never thought the first time someone pointed a gun at me on American soil, it would be a police officer in uniform." She didn't cry. But her voice cut through the silence like a blade. This story shook America to its core. It forced a reckoning. Does skin color or medals decide who deserves respect? When Amelia's coffin was finally lowered, after a rescheduled funeral 3 weeks later, Lena whispered, "You sacrificed for freedom. I will not let anyone forget what that cost." And from that moment on, America could never forget.